this meeting, our monthly meeting of the Board of Education at 7:06 p.m. on Tuesday, April 16th. We'd like to introduce the pledge, and that's Trustee Kilgus.
Liam Rodriguez is a sixth grade student in Mrs. Kelly's class. Liam is a very diligent, kind, and caring student. He excels in writing, math, and drawing. Liam is always respectful towards his classmates and teachers. Overall, Liam is a wonderful role model for his peers and the younger students at Rame Avenue. Can you please come up for the pledge, Liam?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Liam. Well done. At this time, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Mr. DiTomaso. We have our recognition for tenures. Hometown? Okay. We're going to switch over to Hometown Hero first before that. Okay. So, Mr. Kennedy? Please. You're going to start. You can notice the board president really doesn't know too much around here, right?
It's so great to see so many of you here today. And tonight will certainly be a celebration of a number of things. We'll be recognizing not only our hometown heroes, we have two. We'll be also recognizing, as you see on our board, three of our administrators will be receiving tenure, which will be well-deserved. And we will be presenting some awards and speeches tonight in regards to that. But before we start, I'd like to share two videos with you that are apropos that really reflect not only our district and support that we give for our students, but also for a family that has done outstanding things for our community. And I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to play the videos and you'll understand what I'm saying. So if I could ask the Board of Education to please take a seat over here so we can share the videos.
World Down Syndrome Day is a celebration of people with Down syndrome all over the world on March 21st. It is a global awareness day every year since 2012 to learn about and appreciate people with Down syndrome. It is celebrated on March 21st to signify uniqueness of the triplication of the 21st chromosome, which causes Down syndrome. We all have pairs of chromosomes, but people with Down syndrome have 3 replicas of the 21st chromosome, and that causes the differences you can see and those you can't see. Many people with Down syndrome are more likely to have health problems. About half have heart defects.
I had a hole in my heart, but they fixed it at the hospital, and it is just fine now.
Some babies have intestinal problems, and some are born with lungs that aren't strong, so they need help breathing. Timmy had both.
I was in the hospital for 10 days after I was born. And to my lungs got stronger. That's me in the hospital as a little baby.
There are also learning difficulties associated with Down syndrome, like speech impediments. That's why Timmy speaks differently and needs time to say what he wants. Vision and hearing weakness. That's why Timmy wears glasses. Fine motor skill impairment, which makes it hard for him to write or hold a utensil or cut his food. And gross motor skill impairment, which makes it hard to run and play sports.
That's why it takes me example to how to do many things I can do anything, but it's just in community.
Timmy had therapists at home and school since he was 2 months old in order to help him. He's had physical therapy, occupational therapy, feeding and speech therapy, and a social worker to help him with his temper tantrums.
See that's me, being really stubborn. I couldn't speak until 8, so I learned sign language. I went to a special school at 2.5 years old. I need a smaller class so my teachers can help me learn. I try really hard to learn new things. I need a lot of practice. I found it hard to make friends just like other people who have disabilities. So whatever you can come over and say hi, yes, chat, or have a pre date. I just started texting with my friends, so give me your number and we can text. Here's a picture of me and my friends at Jamaica. My parents are Simon and Stephen, and I have the camp counselors who volunteer to help. I have birthday parties, and I have a big one every July. You're all invited, and if you ask, I'll come to yours too.
Most things about Timmy are just like you and me. He's smart and funny. He can read, write, and do math. He did taekwondo, wrestling, baseball, and swimming. He sings and plays drums. We play board games together. We play Mario on the Wii and Madden on the Xbox.
And I can almost beat my man. I bowl and play basketball. Text me, Simon and Weston, when I was zero. I received communion like many of you, Daphne and Father Chuck, and I even did some mine. I'm working hard to swim a full year so I can join the single women's swim team next year. Best of all, I love who I am, and I am happy every day, and I am always hoping that you are happy too. Happy World Season Day! Bye!
So I think we could do better than that. We recognize our first hometown hero. That's Timmy Motherway. How about a real big round of applause for Timmy? Okay, now I did mention there were two hometown heroes. So we have a second hometown hero who's instrumental in supporting Timothy in his path. And I'm going to share with you a TikTok video that went viral. And I'm not sure how many, I call it hits, how many responses we got from it. But there were hundreds of thousands. And it'll explain who our second hometown hero is. So you and I are going to take a seat here, right over there. We're going to play our second video.
I have Down syndrome. Of course, I'm out of comfort zone. I have Down syndrome. Of course, I like to learn. I have Down syndrome. Of course, I love being positive. I have Down syndrome. Of course, I'm just like you. I am you. Yeah, bro. I have Down syndrome. Of course, I want to say hi to you.
So now I'd like to call up to the podium to read a little bit about our two hometown heroes, Mr. Robert Kennedy, who not only is receiving tenure tonight, but has also been instrumental in the lives of Ms. Kincaid and, of course, Timothy Motherway. So, Mr. Kennedy.
So Timmy Motherway is our first hometown hero. Timmy is currently in the 7th grade and one of the most charismatic and friendly students in the high school building. Whenever you see him in the hallway, expect a high five or a fist bump to come your way. Timmy loves to sing in chorus and participated in East Rockaway's Got Talent show this year. He loves being involved in his school community as a member of the bowling intramurals team, and you can catch him in the morning as a host of the ERHS morning announcements. During his time at Rame Avenue, Timmy displayed a positive attitude with his peers and staff and was very interested in making sure all students felt safe. Timmy expressed an interest in being a principal, and we were able to set him up to shadow Mr. Bixhorn as a principal for a day. Timmy's kindness and sense of humor and leadership were on full display as he interviewed staff and read to the kindergarten students. In a recent interview in the East Rockaway student newspaper, The Go, Timmy summed up in a few words what he wanted people to know about Down syndrome. He stated, "I am a great kid, but sometimes it's hard to make the best decisions. With everyone's help, I am capable of learning so much at East Rockaway. Sometimes it's hard to get my words out because I stutter, but if all my friends help me, I can speak in everything because I'm a good kid and I love everyone." In a Team Up 4 community event, Down Syndrome Awareness Day at Rame Avenue School, Timmy, in a video narrated by his sister Maya, shared his very important message about Down syndrome to help students get a better understanding of Down syndrome and about students who struggle with it. Timmy and his family have made great strides in Down syndrome awareness, and during this time, Miss Bethany Kincaid has been a trusted adult who helped Timmy to spread this important message. Miss Kincaid is a speech and language therapist who works at the junior-senior high school. When you enter Miss Kincaid's classroom, you will notice a sign that reads "Positive Vibes Only." And Miss Kincaid displays these positive qualities through her role helping to lead Sources of Strength and the various committees she thoughtlessly devotes her time to in order to make the school community a better place. Miss Kincaid clearly values the development of relationships with her students and continually goes above and beyond to meet their needs inside and out of the classroom. This is most evident in the campaign you recently saw that was generated through her work with Timmy during her weekly sessions. Working with Timmy, Ms. Kincaid wanted to support him in his quest to bring awareness to Down syndrome, and together they decided to make a TikTok that focused on ending stereotypes through humor by showing that students with Down syndrome go through many similar experiences that all students go through during their time in high school. To say this video would be a success would be an understatement. It has gone viral and to date has more than 386,000 views and 27,000 likes. Ms. Kincaid and Timmy have clearly gotten their message across to the community beyond East Rockaway.
World Down Syndrome Day is a celebration of people with Down syndrome all over the world.
It's a good video. Timmy is changing the way our community sees people with disabilities. Our district has become more inclusive and the community more accepting, as evidenced by Timmy's growth and advocacy and the support of the school community. It takes a village, and yes, everyone has jumped in to advocate to help him thrive. In recognition of their extraordinary character, community involvement, philanthropy, and positive contributions to the East Rockaway community, I present Timmy Motherway and his speech teacher, Bethany Kincaid, with the East Rockaway Board of Education Hometown Hero Award. Congratulations to Timmy and Bethany. Now you can see it. This is yours. Congratulations. Ms. Kincaid.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have more celebrating to do tonight, which I'm extremely excited about. I'd like to first put together a speech in regards to a colleague, a good friend, and an administrative leader in this district that has done amazing things. And the first person I would like to speak about is Mr. Vinnie Healy. I write to you today wholeheartedly to recommend Mr. Healy for tenure. In my capacity as superintendent of schools, I had the privilege of witnessing Mr. Vincent Healy's exceptional leadership, steadfast dedication to our students, and remarkable contributions to our educational community. Throughout his tenure, Mr. Healy has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to our students' well-being and academic success. His approach to education is rooted in empathy and compassion, and he consistently places the needs of our students at the forefront of his decision-making. His kids-first attitude permeates every aspect of his work, and his genuine care for each and every student is evident in all that he does. One of Mr. Healy's most notable achievements is his leadership in the implementation of our social and emotional learning programs, such as the Ruler Program and Sources of Strength. The Ruler Program, an evidence-based approach to SEL, has been a cornerstone of his efforts to foster a supportive and nurturing environment for our students. He has worked tirelessly to ensure that teachers and staff are equipped with the tools and resources they need to integrate these programs and strategies into our curriculum effectively. Additionally, Mr. Healy's advocacy for mental health and well-being is further exemplified by his instrumental role in implementing the Sources of Strength program. Without Mr. Healy, these two programs would not be in our district. In addition to his exemplary work fostering student mental health, Mr. Healy has shown a willingness to take on new responsibilities and challenges with enthusiasm and dedication. The "how can I help" attitude has proven over and over again and is in his DNA. As a matter of fact, quick story, when I first returned back to East Rockaway, the first person to greet me in my new office as assistant superintendent for curriculum was Mr. Healy. And the first thing he said to me is, "How can I help?" And that's who Mr. Healy is. He's played a key role in adopting all aspects of all our instructional personnel initiatives, such as hiring, onboarding practices, and revisions of FMLA procedures. This is a major undertaking and not an easy task. His willingness to learn, research, problem-solve issues is respected by all. In addition, he recognized areas of concern and brought in staff members to create new procedures in our hiring practices. He accepted this new role without hesitation, and always the phrase, "How can I help?" This is a testament to his ability to adapt and excel in a variety of leadership roles. Mr. Healy's proactive approach to leadership ensures that our district remains responsive to the ever-changing needs of our students and staff. Furthermore, Mr. Healy's impact extends beyond the confines of our school walls. He is deeply involved in our community and has forged strong partnerships with local organizations and stakeholders to support our students' success. His collaborative spirit and commitment to the community engagement have strengthened our district ties with the broader community and enriched the educational experiences of our students. Recently, he attended several college fairs to recruit staff for numerous positions in the district and hosted a most successful activity-driven family engagement event on one of our SEL programs. Mr. Healy's positive demeanor and, again, "how can I help" attitude have made him an invaluable member of our administrative team. His willingness to lend a helping hand and support his colleagues is impressive, and his presence brings a sense of positivity, camaraderie at our workplace. Whether it's helping on the first day of a new colleague's job like mine, or making intelligent decisions that benefits our students and staff, Mr. Healy consistently demonstrates his dedication to being a great teammate and an intelligent decision maker. Furthermore, Mr. Healy's leadership style embodies that of a positive solution leader, consistently seeking opportunities to address challenges with optimism and creativity. In the face of adversity, which, as we know, PPS directors face on a regular basis, not an easy job, Mr. Healy remains steadfast in his commitment to finding constructive solutions that benefit our students and staff alike. His ability to approach problems with a forward-thinking mindset, coupled with his collaborative approach to decision-making, ensures that our district continues to thrive even in the most challenging of circumstances. Mr. Healy's proactive and solution-oriented inspires confidence among his colleagues and fosters a culture of innovation, resilience within our school community. And most importantly, he inspires the superintendent with his attitude. Moreover, Mr. Healy played an instrumental role in facilitating the leadership team building activities that took place at West Point over the summer. Actually, it's been the past 2 summers. As part of these initiatives, Mr. Healy, along with other members of the central office team and building administrators and department chairs, engaged in a leadership training experience at the Thayer Institute Academy. We had the opportunity to visit West Point and meet with celebrated retired colonels who led the group on a tour of the campus while sharing invaluable leadership strategies honed over the distinguished careers. These initiatives have been pivotal in enhancing the district's leadership capacity and forming a team. Looking ahead, Mr. Healy remains dedicated to the ongoing development of this leadership team with the goal of further cultivating our leadership skills and developing a team that works together with our students, parents, and staff, a true culture of learning. I would be remiss not to mention Mr. Healy's innovative spirit, as evidenced by his recommendation of the Ted Lasso series to me. It's a great series. I don't know if you saw it, but as a testament to his ability to infuse humor and warmth into our educational endeavors. It's the kind of thoughtful recommendation that highlights his understanding of the importance of morale and positivity in our school culture. Quite simply, Mr. Healy believes in the East Rockaway school community wholeheartedly, and he works tirelessly to make it a great place for learning and leadership and where kids always come first. Quite frankly, we believe in him as well. Furthermore, Mr. Healy has established a positive rapport with not only the administrative team, but with also the entire school community, as I said before, with staff, students, and parents. His approachable demeanor and his genuine interest in the well-being of others has earned him the respect and admiration of his colleagues. Mr. Healy's positive attitude toward problem solving is infectious, and I live it on a daily basis. I know it. And creating a culture of optimism and collaboration where challenges are viewed as opportunities for growth. Through his leadership, Mr. Healy has fostered an inclusive, supportive environment where every member of the school community feels valued and empowered to contribute to our shared mission of academic excellence and student success. In conclusion, I wholeheartedly endorse Mr. Healy's tenure as an administrator within our school district. His exemplary leadership, dedication to our students, and commitment to continuous improvement make him a valuable asset to our educational community. It is with great pride that the board consider Mr. Healy's tenure recommendation with the utmost confidence and enthusiasm, knowing that he will continue to make a positive impact on the lives of our students for many years to come. So how about a nice round of applause for Mr. Healy? I believe Mr. Healy is also joined by his family, Kim, Henry, and Connor. Where are they? Where are we? There they are. Where's Miss Kelly? Okay, there she is. It is with great honor and enthusiasm that I stand before you today to celebrate the tenure of Miss Kelly as the principal of Center Avenue Elementary School. I was expecting a clap there. There you go. As we reflect on the accomplishments achieved under her leadership, it becomes evident that her dedication, positive attitude, and commitment to putting kids first have been truly commendable. The following speech will serve as a compilation of highlights and quotes from Ms. Kelly's esteemed staff, as well as a reflection on her remarkable achievement over the past few years, and we managed to put a few students in there as well. Here we go. Ms. Kelly is not just a principal, she is a guiding light towards a brighter future. As one of her colleagues, Beth Brody, aptly puts it, Kalia is all about us being better together. This sentiment encapsulates her leadership philosophy, emphasizing collaboration, empathy, and teamwork. Throughout her tenure, she has consistently demonstrated for both students and staff. Diane Spora highlights her personal connection with every child in the building, emphasizing her patience, kindness, and positive attitude. Quote, Kalia's genuine care and affection for her students radiate throughout the school, creating a nurturing and inclusive environment where everyone feels valued and supported. Heather Figolosi beautifully articulates Ms. Kelly's impact on the school community, described her as someone who inspires others to be their best selves. Kalia leads by example, embodying kindness, love, consideration, and generosity in every interaction. Her commitment to recognizing and appreciating the efforts of her staff, as noted by Ms. Janine Patain, further reinforces her dedication to fostering a positive work environment. Mr. Jack Bixhorn acknowledges Kalia's mentorship and collaboration approach to leadership. Her guidance and listening skills have helped navigate challenging situations and see alternative perspectives, contributing to the overall success of the school. Diane Zingali echoes this sentiment, emphasizing her approachability and availability, which makes her not only an outstanding principal, but an amazing colleague. Let's face it, Ms. Kelly has led Center Avenue through a worldwide pandemic, and most recently, an earthquake and a solar eclipse. As a principal, that is not an easy task, not an easy task. Danielle Schatzel and Ashley Tenner, our dedicated reader teachers, eloquently expressed their deep impact of Ms. Kelly's leadership at Center Avenue School. Their heartfelt sentiment underscores Ms. Kelly's commitment to creating an inclusive environment where students and staff alike feel valued and respected. Quote, Ms. Kelly has transformed Center Avenue into a vibrant and welcoming community that we are all proud to call home. And that is a strong word. Fourth grade teachers, Ms. Kelly Hughes and Ms. Kristen Miolan, share that Ms. Kelly's commitment to fostering positive, energetic school environment where every day begins with an uplifting announcement that set the tone for a great day of learning. They emphasize how Ms. Kelly has transformed Center Avenue into a place that feels like a home for everyone. Additionally, fourth grade students fondly recall their famous memories of Ms. Kelly, including memories like the pie in the face to the principal. I could have put up pictures, Kalia, but I didn't. Engaging story time sessions, I believe reading Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and her enthusiastic participation in school events like talent shows and holiday sing-alongs. These reflections underscored her impact on creating a sense of community, kindness, and joy throughout the school. As we celebrate Ms. Kelly's tenure, it's essential to recognize the numerous accomplishments achieved under leadership that align closely to East Rockaway's strategic plan, which have been a significant impact on our community. Under the pillar of achievement, Ms. Kelly's dedication has resulted in sustaining progress in both reading and math. Through collaboration efforts with teachers, coaches, the school has witnessed impressive improvements in student performance, particularly most noted in recent iReady results, surpassing all our set goals and elevating proficiency levels across all grade levels. She has not only embraced thinking maps, but has led her staff to move to a status 2 level in which she assisted the training and mentored. In the spirit of opportunity, initiatives such as the development of the school-wide charter reflective of ruler principals have created an inclusive and supportive environment for all. Ms. Kelly, I believe, in her former district, was very familiar with ruler, so she was instrumental in implementing that through our K-6 kids at Center. Recognizing the critical importance of emotional intelligence and well-being and academic success, she has championed this implementation throughout Center Avenue. Her leadership in prioritizing students' mental wellness underscores her commitment to educating the whole child. Under the pillar of innovation, Ms. Kelly's commitment to enhancing the learning environment is evident in her support of flexible furniture for all our students. This forward-thinking approach embraces 21st century principles. Flexible furniture not only promotes collaborative learning, creativity, and adaptability, but it's mirroring the work environments students will encounter in their future careers. By providing students with these learning spaces, they are conducive to learning, and Ms. Kelly has equipped them with the essential skills for success for our ever-changing world. In keeping with connection pillar, Ms. Kelly's efforts have strengthened ties with the community through increased events and partnerships. By recognizing student accomplishments and involving parents in school activities, she has fostered a strong sense of unity, engagement within our school and beyond. As noted in her numerous celebrations for our veterans, the fire and police department, and by hosting the 100-year Center Avenue Festival. And one cannot forget, I'll never forget this, her unbelievable performance of the Beatles song, Twist and Shout, that she performed at the PTA fundraiser. It was a classic. She sang in key, I think, for the most part. Pretty good, pretty good. As we look ahead to the 24-25 school year, Ms. Kelly remains steadfast in her commitment to excellence. Her personal goals for the upcoming year reflect her dedication to fostering a collaborative and effective teaching environment, prioritizing the well-being of our students and staff, and aligning her leadership approaches with the district's mission and vision. In other words, she's a true pleasure to work with. She is flexible in her practice and extremely receptive to feedback. Her problem-solving approach has permeated her staff and is truly entrenched in the culture of her school. In addition to all these achievements in various areas, Ms. Kelly has demonstrated a commitment to literacy, which is much needed at the Center Avenue School. Recognize the foundational role that literacy plays in academic success. She has prioritized initiatives aimed at enhancing students' reading and writing skills by modeling lessons, facilitating targeted professional development, and ensuring a seamless literacy block. Ms. Kelly has created an environment of literacy where students can thrive academically and beyond. I have learned from Katie Cook, one of the teachers at Center Avenue, that one of Ms. Kelly's favorite quotes attributed to Viktor E. Frankl beautifully encapsulates her approach to leadership and personal growth. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space, our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. This quote
I
reflects...
have Down syndrome. Of course.
When you hit the podium, something happens. I don't know. This quote reflects Kalia's belief in the importance of mindfulness, reflection, and intentional decision-making. Furthermore, it speaks to her commitment to fostering a culture of growth, resilience, and empowerment within the Center Avenue School. From the moment Ms. Kalia Kelly was first interviewed for the position of principal of Center Avenue, her core value of love for the kids has been evident. Over the past 3 years working with this value, I can honestly say it has not changed at all. Her genuine care and affection for every student in the building has been palpable, from her warm greetings in the beginning of school and her personalized notes of encouragement to the students. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a reflection on Ms. Kalia Kelly's leadership at Center Avenue School. As one staff member beautifully stated, Ms. Kelly trusts her teachers and has their backs. This sentiment underscores the foundation of trust and support that is cultivated within our school community, empowering both teachers and students to thrive. Moreover, the profound impact of Ms. Kelly's leadership is best captured by the joy evident on students' faces when they see her, as she makes them feel like they are part of the Center Avenue family. This sense of belonging and care and unity speaks volumes about Ms. Kelly's commitment to nurturing an inclusive environment and where everyone feels valued and supported. So as we celebrate her tenure tonight, let's celebrate her accomplishments. Let us look forward to the future with excitement and optimism, knowing that under Ms. Kalia Kelly's guidance, Center Avenue School will continue to thrive and excel and be a home away from home for the many students and staff members she will lead. Her efforts have been commendable, and she gets my strongest recommendation for tenure. Congratulations.
Course, I'm so comfort zone. I'm down system. Of course, I have to learn. I'm down system. Of course, I have been positive. I'm down system.
Ms. Kelly is joined by her husband, John, and daughter, Maddie. So congratulations all. Maddie, you got to hold some of those. And last but not least, I'd like to call Mr. Vincent Healy up to the podium to speak about Mr. Robert Kennedy.
Before I start, I just want to say congratulations to Timmy Motherway on your tremendous honor, as well as Miss Kincaid. Good evening. Thank you, everyone joining us tonight, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent DiTomaso, Assistant Superintendent Van Wart, my fellow administrators, teachers, staff, and families. A special welcome to the Kennedy family, Rob's wife, Heather, Leah, Olivia, and Jack, and the extended Kennedy family, Erin and Lukey. We're here tonight to recognize the extraordinary efforts of Mr. Robert Kennedy in his role as the Assistant Director of Pupil Personnel Services over the last 4 years. But I think it's important to at least mention Mr. Kennedy's prior work in our district. Hi, Connor. In 2009, Mr. Kennedy joined our district as a teaching assistant. From there, he set the example of integrity and perseverance for what it means to be a rock. A few years into his work as a teaching assistant, a full-time teaching position became available within the special education department. On October 24th, 2012, Mr. Kennedy wrote the following in his cover letter. I believe that I will contribute to the department both as a person who understands the needs of our district and as a self-motivated individual who has proven to put the needs of students first and foremost. To this day, I can assure you he has been true to his word. Years later, after a successful teaching career, Mr. Kennedy then made the bold and ill-advised decision to become an administrator within months of the start of the pandemic. I'll say this, Rob, you may have some gray hair now, but at least you have hair. They say timing is everything. Well, it must not have been easy for him to take on the role at the time. I'm personally grateful that he made that choice. I don't know what we would have done without him. When Mr. Kennedy's hiring was announced, the response from the staff at a time of uncertainty and unease was overwhelmingly positive. The news seemed to immediately instill a sense of calm throughout the district. There are several compelling reasons why, but chief among them is this. Mr. Kennedy is someone who understands relationships and has earned the trust of the community. This was evident in the many, many messages of congratulations. To quote Ms. Amont, well deserved, you're a good man. And Mrs. Matthews, our kids are so lucky. And finally, Mrs. Donovan, we are lucky to have you. There were so many others. In our first meeting, Mr. Kennedy remained true and steadfast to his statement written nearly a decade earlier. Self-motivated. He laid out a plan for what he felt he knew and did not yet know. He came prepared with a plan to address his needs. And to be clear, nothing can quite prepare someone for taking on this role. There are so many facets that are only learned through experience. Still, Mr. Kennedy knew what he did not know and wanted to be sure that those gaps were quickly closed. In terms of putting the needs of our students first, chairing the Committee on Special Education is a delicate process. Mr. Kennedy's person-first approach, in which he always prioritizes the needs of each student with compassion and care, has led to better outcomes for our students with disabilities. Similarly, his work chairing the Committee on Preschool Education, preschool special education, has enabled our students with disabilities on the preschool level to enter kindergarten with the support they need to be successful. In leading the special education department together, Mr. Kennedy has worn a number of hats. He leads monthly department meetings, has provided numerous professional development workshops, and has been instrumental in numerous district-wide improvements. Mr. Kennedy's work within the ENL department has also been exemplary. He brought a level of organization to the administrative responsibilities within the department that previously did not exist, including organizing on-site professional development with a leading expert in the field. As a quick aside, Mr. Kennedy is working hard to organize tomorrow's night's cultural celebration. Please join us in the middle school meeting at 7 p.m. Mr. Kennedy's commitment to social and emotional development, whether it be organizing second set push-in lessons at the secondary level, co-chairing the mental wellness committee, or coordinating student workshops through Northwell Health, has brought much needed attention to the overall wellness of our students and staff. Notably, he took the lead on Source of Strength program last year without any formal training. This was a daunting task with many logistical challenges, but his commitment to the program remained evident throughout as he worked to recruit teachers and students into the program. This year, while working with the Ryan Patrick O'Shea Foundation, Mr. Kennedy secured a substantial grant that provided for a full day of training for students and staff. On a personal note, I would be remiss if I did not mention that working with Mr. Kennedy every day has been an absolute pleasure. You might not know that in addition to being an exceptional administrator, Mr. Kennedy also possesses a level of knowledge that would put professional Disney vacation planners to shame. For example, I have learned that all you need to do to secure a dining reservation is to wake up prior to 6 a.m. 60 days prior to your arrival at the resort. Log into a website, not the app, and make lightning quick decisions about where and when you will eat for the entire length of your stay with surgical precision. And if you don't get what you're looking for because you failed to book your entire stay within 45 seconds, there's a website that texts you, and so on it goes. All of this is to say that his attention to detail, both professionally and personally, speaks to how fully Mr. Kennedy commits to everything he does. For 4 years, we've worked together to improve the PPS department, and we've made tremendous progress. Despite the numerous challenges we are tasked with on a daily basis, we have always approached each new challenge as a team. As we honor Rob Kennedy tonight, I look forward to working together for many years to come in service to the students of East Rockaway, students and staff of East Rockaway. It is my honor and privilege to recommend, without reservation or hesitation, Mr. Robert Kennedy to the Board of Education for tenure. Need be. So, I guess the secret is gone. So. So I know I've been a little long-winded, but I'm passionate about
recognizing the outstanding accomplishments of all our tenure recipients, and now our esteemed board member, Mr. Dominic Volpus. So I'm going to read a little something that I put together. And then after this, I promise you, there's cake, coffee, and water outside. We will take a quick break. So Mr. Volpus was this recipient of the Nassau-Suffolk School Board Association Outstanding Board, and we nominated him about a month or so ago, and we were so excited that we found out that Dom was the winner. So I'm going to read a little bit of the profile in which I shared with the Nassau-Suffolk Board. So Mr. Volpus's journey to East Rockaway began when he graduated from St. Francis Prep School in Queens. He earned a bachelor's degree from Brooklyn College, a master's from Queens College, and an administrative degree from the College of Staten Island. He's been all over New York. He began his teaching career as a physical education teacher at St. Francis Prep in 1979. After working at the High School of Telecommunications, Arts, and Technology in Brooklyn and Curtis High School in Staten Island, finally in 1995, lucky for us, he joined the staff at East Rockaway Public Schools as the athletic director. Mr. Volpus has made a substantial impact on public education in East Rockaway Public Schools and in Nassau County for over 39 years as an educator, as well as his service as a board trustee, an assistant executive director of the Section 8 Athletics, and board vice president and board president. He's an intelligent, caring, dedicated, and hardworking. He is a strong, passionate advocate for public education who has worked tirelessly for our students, school, district, community to increase opportunities, not only for academic success, but social, emotional success and achievement for all. He realized the importance of continued use of technology inside and outside of the classroom to propel student learning. He is committed to working with community stakeholders in a transparent, environmental way that fosters family and community engagement and promotes social and emotional learning. Mr. Volpus's wisdom and collaborative spirit have brought forth many positive opportunities for our students and staff. And I could say firsthand, working with Mr. Volpus for many years, this is so evident and so true. He has always come to the board with solutions when there was a problem. When you needed a friend, he put his hand on your back. And when you needed something, he was always there for you. So I want to thank Mr. Volpus for that personally. So now on to some of his accomplishments and over his term of the 6 years as a board member. He supported the hiring of excellent leadership teams, a staunch supporter for social emotional initiatives, as we mentioned, diversity training and initiatives to strengthen positive, respectful appreciation for all, combined athletic teams with neighboring districts, capital improvements that you see all the time, in particular outside on the athletic field. He supported flexible furniture initiative, financially responsible budgets where he asked important questions to make sure he was responsive and responsible to our taxpayers. Under his leadership, graduation rates have consistently increased. He was instrumental in the development, as I mentioned, of our athletic complex in the back. He was a proponent of two initiatives that we brought in with project-based learning and iReady. And as we can see, we're already seeing the benefits of that. He was an advocate and added unified basketball to our winter sports offerings. And the Hometown Hero Awards that we've been giving, the idea came from Mr. Volpus. So all these are just some of the things that I could remember because the list is incredibly long. He is a champion for equality and a voice for good. During his board service, consultants, speakers, and workshop facilitators were brought into our district to direct and address staff and students on issues of diversity and inclusivity, bullying, violence prevention, with a goal toward fostering a positive, accepting community. As the Director of Physical Education and Health and Athletics at the high school, Mr. Volpus was instrumental in successfully hosting special athletic events with neighboring districts with a diverse population. He increased athletic opportunities by partnering with neighbor school districts to form unique teams. He supported East Rockaway student leaders, participated in Athletes Helping Athletes, one of our leadership programs, and an assistant executive director for Section 8 Athletics, serving Nassau County school districts. He's an active member of the community as well, which is no surprise. He's a role model and mentor for me and many in the district and has led by example. He's a member of the East Rockaway Recreation Kiwanis Club, the Knights of Columbus. In addition, he's a parishioner at St. Raymond's Church and serves as a Eucharistic minister. He also participates in District Policy Committee, which I believe we have a meeting Thursday, Prevention Task Force, Health and Safety Committee. He's a certified Red Cross trainer for CPR, first aid, and AED, and has helped the district in numerous ways to support this. And it also includes Narcan training as well. Mr. Volpus has been recognized by the New York State School Boards Association, and this is earning the highest level of commitment to professional development, participating in workshops, webinars to keep abreast of current issues, topics that are affecting our schools and communities every day. He has also recently been recognized by Nassau County Chapter National Football Foundation of Outstanding Contributions to Amateur Football Award. Mr. Volpus and his wife Kathleen have lived in the East Rockaway community since 2002. The pair have been married since 1982. Okay. They have 3 children, Dominic Jr. and twins Carrie Ann and Mary Kate, all of whom graduated from East Rockaway High School School District. Although retiring from his board services, Mr. Volpus will remain tied to the East Rockaway School District and community and is a valued service and contribution to our schools and communities. They'll be holding a dinner on May 30th for Mr. Volpus, where he will receive his official award. So without further ado, I'd like to call Mr. Volpus up and thank him and congratulate him. Okay, as promised, we'll take a quick break. Please join us for coffee and cake in the back to mingle with our tenure recipients and Mr. Don Volpus. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring them up, absolutely.
That's what I told him. Just under it so they can count. Right. Yeah. Like, getting his soccer, track, you know, when I go to the smaller sports, you know, I just like those things. My wife can go. I like to go. She started another week. I like it's the guy that's got something. So Reason had to go and I was like, yes. He's so good. He's so good. And I like the way he dove into the shot. He's Grayson, he's got paid.
Get some coffee or I drink coffee.
Yeah,
You want him tired? Yeah.
So you knew that. And work with them all at the minute. Whatever that place is called in Levittown. She was cool. I'm like, we were meant to meet, I guess. Yeah. You didn't grow up. Oh, no, you didn't grow up. No. You said Braddock, I was like, no shock me too. I grew up. Me and my sister's 13 years old. You know, when you have respect for all you've invested. The belly can just be my sister, myself, Carol, 6 of her kids with their stories. So I went to a big family. Yeah. So it was pretty fun. I just want to thank you.
Yeah, go.
All right.
Hey, congratulations, but more importantly, how's Kathy? Okay, good. I just wanted to check in. When I was like, I should see how Kathy's doing. Thanks to Sausage and Peppers, and we really didn't miss you because you sent the sausage and peppers.
I won't be in the house today. How about you? Good, congratulations.
Yeah, well, you should. You should have seen Mikey Loris that whole game. He wasn't even watching the game. He was watching the neck because all of his cousins live in Atlanta. So he was.
Yeah, I sent it out, so I know when you're ready, did it. I know Joel's gonna be there. I'm gonna mention it to, like I sent the invite for, you probably didn't get it yet.
No.
They're doing the whole thing.
Oh, great. I've talked about we should bring that back. Okay.
So it's over the break, so.
Okay, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's easier to do, because I might just show it on there so I can see.
How many candidates do we have this time?
Right now, just one.
Oh, that's great. What about Senya Sunday? Because not only did she play 3 sports here, she came back and has built a great volleyball program. And she makes such a. I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying she'd be a good one in the future too. Wasn't she a record breaker in things? On my way out, I'll take a picture of her thing. And I'll send it to you.
She's on the track board or something.
Yeah, she's on the track board. Right. Yeah, I'll take a picture of the thing. I'll send it to you because it's in the hall.
That's part of what we're going to talk about too. Because Joe and I have things like language and stuff.
Right.
The biggest thing is how to promote it aside, because states that as long as I think you're 4 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Like people know, and then I'm thinking this sounds like it's application like timeline.
Right.
If you started in September, maybe from September to whatever, December, January, whatever it is that you want to do, and then we can figure out a time where we review it.
I think if we can figure out a way to, you can't move them, but to redo in the big gym, start putting the people in the big gym where it's more noticeable.
That's
You know what I mean?
That's the plan. I already.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about that last summer when we were talking about how the banners are situated and everything. It's nobody goes in the small gym for games really.
That's exactly what it came
You know?
Because the whole change with the big gym, I had to show Karen and Dan.
Right.
So all that's up in there is all input from everybody. And that's part of what we're talking about, moving the tile numbers in there.
Yeah. If you ask most people who are the retired numbers, they'd be like, I don't know. But the kids who are in the gym a lot will be like, oh, you know? So, yeah. Especially now that we have so much wall space with the banners gone. I got one hanging in my basement. I made sure I took that. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow morning. 8:50. Yeah, what period? 8:50, second period if you want to play. Like, Grayson had to go, so I started with you. What I did, I said a circle now. I had them go up in the station so that we can start. Who's good at carpentry? Okay. I can make signs because we're doing a bunch of. Is this the same one? Yes. Yeah, so we start in November. Yeah. So, and I'm trying to. This seems. They got it. I mean, that's Okay. Okay. See you later.
You know what's crazy?
They weren't on, they were actually because yeah, sportsmanship.
And you hear Rob, his thing was about kids first. Like, it's a good kid thing. Incredible. All right, I still have. Oh, yeah, what day is that?
Delicious coffee.
All right. Was a little fresh.
You did good. Yeah, no, you did. They're all good people, though. They're all good ones.
Yeah.
It's just Dom. All we need is Dom. Oh, no, we need. Ready when you are. You got four comments.
Oh, 4 of them?
Yeah, not bad.
I think you can't do like 2 blurbs from each area? You don't feel good with that? Sure.
Oscar.
No. Bobby. I can't see that. I can't figure that name out.
Scorpus.
That one I know. Kathy Matthews.
I knew that was coming.
Where's she working?
We already spoke to her. She wants to work in 7th grade.
All right, get that going.
Okay, let's get everybody.
Testing 1, 2.
Come on, baby.
Okay. Mr. McNally, finish kissing those babies?
What's that?
Ah.
We got him a book. I think he'll like the book.
Yep. Okay, continue with now. We're on to new business at this point in time. And I'd like to turn it over to our superintendent, Ms. DiTomaso.
Okay, 2 quick things. I just want to inform the community that Mr. Van Wart and I will be meeting at Center Avenue, High School, Rame Avenue, and the high school PTAs on May 6th, 8th, and 13th to give an overview and ask questions on the budget and speak a little bit about the energy performance contract. I just want to remind the community very quickly that the energy performance contract is at no cost to the taxpayers. And the reason we are putting up for a vote is because we get a 10%, so to speak, discount on putting it up for a vote, and we get to choose how we're going to finance it, which will save us a lot of money. So the energy performance contract will address a number of different things, including lighting, heating, insulation, potentially solar energy, and a number of different things. So I just don't want the community, when they see a long version on the ballot to vote. Basically, what you're voting for is it's now no expense for the taxpayer, and it's going to save us money in the long run. So I just don't want any confusion about that. So we will be meeting with all the 3 PTAs separately. And last but not least, I just do want to mention the Hometown Hero, that we're responsive to the community requests. So it is online. You will see a scroll going across the district website, or you can reach out to me or any of the Board of Education members if you have anyone you'd like to recommend for being a Hometown Hero. As you can see, it's a great celebratory event for the community, and we want to celebrate all our community members who are doing great things for us. So that's it for new business.
Thank you, Ms. DiTomaso. Agenda item number 1F, public comments on agenda items. And I just checked the email now. We have no public comments tonight to be addressed at that point in time. We do have a time later on the agenda for everybody who's here tonight that would like to make their comments. Approval of agenda item number 1G, approval of the minutes. Are there any questions regarding the minutes from March 25th of 24, trustees?
Nope.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting on March 26, 2024?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. McNally, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kilgus. Opposed? Abstained? So moved. Oh, I missed that, huh?
It's okay.
Yeah, we need that. Though.
Okay.
We're
Yep.
gonna go back to that. Okay, at this point in time, all the excitement tonight, I tell you, I feel like I'm not running a meeting the proper way. I apologize. We got to go back to 1E, Ms. DiTomaso just brought to my attention because I did miss old business. And the first thing, Superintendent, again, I'd like to talk about. Go ahead.
Okay, a few quick things. Just a reminder, Center Avenue 100-year celebration is on Saturday, May 18th. Our esteemed Ms. Kalia Kelly and her committee have been putting together a program for alumni and staff. So just please mark your calendars for May 18th. We'll have a big celebration, a party, a DJ, all that. There may even be a live band playing. That's the rumor. I'm not really sure. But we'll have some fun on that day. So I want to remind the community of that. I also want to mention, if at our last Board of Education meeting, we had our Superintendent Student Advisory Council present. And I just want to make mention that we've been getting coverage in the Herald, and to take a look at that article. It's a nice article outlining how the wonderful things that our students did on the advisory committee. And I have a few donations from the PTAs to thank. So from the Center Avenue PTA, they donated $239 for a second grade class trip. Also a donation for supplies for the music teacher, Miss Soloway, of $50. Donation for supplies for Miss Christy Boyce in the amount of $42. A donation for Miss Katie Cuck in the amount of $80, and a donation for class supplies for our interventionist Casey Wise in the amount of $49.87. One more for Center Avenue, a donation for the class supplies for interventionist Donna Zingali in the amount of $49.97. So thank you to the PTAs for fundraising for us at Center Avenue. And the Rame Avenue PTA grant, there was a $700 grant for a sixth grade field trip. So thank you to both the Rame and Center Avenue PTAs for that. And that's it for old business.
Thank you, Mr. DiTomaso. Agenda item number 2, acknowledgement of the monthly reports and correspondence. Received the monthly financial reports. Trustees, did you see the reports? Any questions on those reports? Nope. No questions this time. Correspondence, the trustees also, did you see the correspondence we had? And we'll be discussing that during our work session coming up. Thank you very much for that. Agenda item number 3, non-consent agenda. Moving on to make 2 separate motions to approve the BOCES proposed budget 24-25 and vote for BOCES board trustees. 3A, BOCES proposed budget. Resolved, whereas the Board of Cooperative Educational Services of Nassau County, hereafter Nassau BOCES, has proposed and presented its proposed administrative operations budget for the 2024-2025 school year, July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Nassau BOCES proposed administrative operations budget for the 2024-25 school year in the amount of $27,131,117 be and hereby is approved by this board, and authorize the district clerk to execute the ballot and clerk certificate and file same with Nassau BOCES. Are there any questions from the board? Can I have a motion to approve item 3A?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Kilgus, second? Second by Mrs. Salufo. Any opposed? Any abstain? So moved. B, annual election of members of the Board of Nassau, Nassau BOCES. Whereas the filing of 3 vacancies on the Board of Cooperative Educational Services, Nassau County, will be determined by votes of component school district boards of education to be conducted at regular special meetings of such boards to be held Tuesday, April 16, 2024. And whereas the trustees or Board of Education of each component school district by resolution may cast 3 votes for the vacancies to be filled, provided that no more than 1 vote may be cast for any candidate, be it hereby resolved that the Board of Education of the East Rockaway Union Free School District hereby elects by a majority vote of its members the 2 candidates listed in alphabetical order in such vacancy on the Board of Cooperative Educational Services, Cynthia Nunez and Roseanne Stein, and authorize the district clerk to cast 1 ballot for each of the said individuals for their election to the Board of Cooperative Educational Services. Can I have a motion to approve item 3B? Motion to approve has come by Mrs. Salufo, second by Mr. McNally. Any opposed? Any abstain? So moved. Consent agenda. Item number 4. Moving on to make a motion to create and approve the consent agenda. Create a consent agenda. Are there any questions from the board?
Nope.
Can I have a motion to create the consent agenda for the following items? Recommendation of superintendent's personnel schedules, items 5A through G. Other items, 6A through N. Approval of CSE and CPSE recommendations, 7A. And budget transfers, 8A. Motion by Mr. McNally, second.
Second.
By Mr. Kilgus. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained, so moved. Item number B now. That's 4B. Accept the consent agenda. Can I have a motion to accept the items on the consent agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Kilgus. Second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Salufo. Opposed? Abstained? All in favor? Aye. So moved. Okay, moving on now. I'm going to turn this portion of the meeting, agenda item number 9, over to Ms. Salufo for policy matters.
The subcommittee report, policies for adoption, 2120.2, voting procedures, 5040, student religious expression, 5225, student personal expression, 8413, transportation for non-public students, 8414.5, drug and alcohol testing of drivers.
Can I have a motion to adopt the policies on item 9B?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Salufo, second?
Second.
Second by Ms. McNally. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? So moved. There are 4 policies for review coming up.
1740, relationship with non-public schools, 8636, artificial intelligence, 5300.25, student dress code. 9260, conditional appointment and emergency conditional appointment, student safety.
Thank you very much, Ms. Salufo. I'm sure we'll have some fun with the IA coming up. Agenda item number 10, reports. I'm going to turn this back over to our superintendent, Mr. DiTomaso.
Thank you. I'll do a quick abridged version of our reports tonight. I know it's been kind of a long night, so it'll be fully in our board docs if you need to see any additional information. But what I'd like to start with is, I know we all, I want to say survived a minor earthquake, but we did get stunned that an earthquake did happen. I just want to report that Mr. Daly, our facilities team, we did an inspection. We followed our protocol, and there's no evidence or any damage or anything that is sustained to any of the operational property on school grounds. So I just want to make note of that. In the area of achievement, I'm very excited that all our AP seminar and AP research students will be delivering their final presentations in the conference room this month. We are so proud of the amazing work they've done. I know firsthand, my son went through it, and they're at the point now this year, potentially, and most likely next year, we'll be having students receive an AP capstone diploma. So that's a very exciting nuance for East Rockaway. I'd like to recognize Senior Peter Kaplan. He placed first in his category in the ethical and social implications of science and technology at the Long Island Youth Summit on Friday, April 12th. The topic of his paper was, Mr. Volpes, the ethical concerns of artificial intelligence and how we can limit their effects. I'd like to congratulate Emma Poland, who was named to Newsday's All Long Island second team. Stephanie Lynch was named to Newsday's top 30 flag football players. And the softball team featured a few no-hitters this week. They're on a great roll. So I'd like to congratulate our sports teams. On Friday, April 12th, again, Peter Kaplan was accepted at the Long Island Youth Summit as a finalist for his research in the area of ethical and social implications of science. Our art students' work received 112 awards, dispersed over 46 students in the 2024 Scholastic Art and Writing Awards at the regional level. Our art department continues to deliver. 16 were awarded winning gold keys for their work in advanced national level of judging, in New York City. National medalists will be announced on June 12th, 2024. This is an outstanding accomplishment, and congratulations to Mr. Schaefer and our art teachers up at the high school. In the area of opportunity, our 10th grade students had the opportunity to visit the library for a book tasting during English classes on April 10th. Mr. Murray and Ms. Cooney transformed the East Rockaway Library into Starbucks and served up lemonade with book recommendations in a variety of genres. Students in Mr. Palermo's science research class presented their project, haptic feedback earpiece in the medical marvel competition. They even had an opportunity to be interviewed by News 12. Our Seal of Biliteracy candidates are almost completed with their projects, so we're excited about that our students will be demonstrating when they earn the Seal of Biliteracy proficiency in their native language and in English. That's taking place on April 15th. We are excited about expanding our junior high school intramural program by offering basketball for those students who are not currently playing on school teams. The counseling department brought students to Vaughan College at St. John's University, to Vaughan College and St. John's University on April 8th. Several students reported that they are now interested in attending one of those colleges. So that's good news. The guidance department always on the lookout for our students. Once again, we will be offering a similar summer climb program. We still have some COVID funding left. So in the summer, we will be running academic programs for grades 1 through 8. With iReady enriched classes, STEAM classes on the elementary level. We'll also be working on a college essay boot camp and have athletic events for our students. So I will say this will be the last year of our funding for the COVID money that we received. So we'll be ending this summer, but I'm still excited about offering it. So we all experienced the solar eclipse on Monday. The district provided safety instructions to the entire community as well as our students. We offered the students glasses so they could share in the experience with their families. And it was nice to see that our faculty and staff took advantage of this learning moment and viewed the solar eclipse. And these are the type of activities that create bonding amongst the staff. So it was very successful, and we heard a lot of positive outcomes from that. In the area of innovation, students at Raymond Center Avenue have been using Canva for their presentations and documents. As you saw tonight for my presentation, we also, with the help of Ms. Bonnie McClellan, we used Canva to create the graphics for our presentation. So that's becoming part of what our teachers use and our students. In the area of connection, our POP officers are scheduled to present topics on cyberbullying, bullying, and harassment in 2 sessions on April 18th for our 3rd and 4th graders, as well as our 5th and 6th graders. The athletic departments partnered with Section 8 Athletics for our spring tip-off night. Sportsmanship was the main topic discussed with families and how it was a direct impact on the lack of officials nationwide. Then they will meet with the coaches to discuss their programs. So I believe Mr. Gregory held one for the high school and middle school parents and athletes. Last but not least, I'd like to thank the Ed Foundation for sponsoring their 5K run. We had a number of our coaches and volunteers participate in that, as well as members of the track team run in that event. And as you know, the Ed Foundation is a big supporter of our programs here in the school district. And last but not least, another plug. I know Mr. Healy mentioned it, that our 3rd family engagement night, led by Mr. Murray and Mr. Kennedy, finalized details for tomorrow night's celebration of East Rockaway Cultures events. The event will include a number of families sharing food, information, cultural customs from a number of countries around the world. Student groups from the high school, including the Sources of Strength team and New Nations, as well as members of individual students, will also be there to support the event. We will have folk stories from around the world read by public school librarian. We will have Dominican folk dancing, Irish pipes and drums from our local community groups. The evening is shaping up to be great, so please join us tomorrow night. I know for some of you who are already here, it might be 2 nights in a row, but I think it will be well worth it. And that's it for the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Tomaso. Moving on, agenda item number 11, for the good and welfare. Condolences to Dawn O'Shea and family on the passing of her mother, Winifred O'Shea. Condolences to Michelle Healy and family on the passing of her mother and sister-in-law, Kenya Manuel. And congratulations to the Laura's family on the birth of Cooper Thomas Flores. Congratulations. Agenda item number 12, public comments. I have four people who would like to come up and speak tonight. Just to quickly review, 3 minutes per person that comes up, and we thank you for coming and bringing your concerns or praises, whatever they may be, to the board. First one is Patty Pignataro, thanking the board.
Good evening. I would like to thank the school board for the opportunity to serve as substitute nurse for East Rockland School District. I've been an emergency room registered nurse for 20 years, and I was happy to share my talents and experience in order to assist with the shortage of the available substitutes. It is important that a nurse be available to ensure the safety of all the students in the district, particularly those that might require extra medical attention. While working with the children of the district, I was emotionally rewarded. Recent events have caused me to feel that I have to choose between my right as a parent and those as a district employee. As the board and district are aware, my son John Pignataro, a 6th grade student at Center Avenue, was assaulted by several students on March 25th. Those details were discussed in our last month's meeting. On March 26th, I received a phone call from a high-ranking member of the district. I assumed that he was calling to discuss what happened with my son, but in fact, I was called to be reprimanded for a conversation that I had with one of the mothers of the bully that assaulted my son. I was told that as a district employee, it was inappropriate for me to confront another parent regarding the school incident. It was made clear to me that as a district employee, I was not allowed to do that, even though it was my son that was assaulted. Please note that this confrontation occurred at 4:30 at St. Raymond's School at Religion, not while working as a substitute teacher. I can only deduce that this other parent had made a complaint about me, and that is why this official felt it was needed to be reprimanded. It would have been nice to know that the district was as engaged in the protection of my son as it was in protecting the district. This official stated that the principal was handling the incident, and while he found the assault troubling, he made it clear that the purpose of his call was made to address my off-duty actions as a district employee. This is a fact, and it's indisputable. While I was not terminated, nor I was asked to resign by this official, I was made to feel that my employment was being held over my head. It was made clear that I was not permitted to discuss school incidents, regardless of the fact that it was my own child that was assaulted. In the future, I would caution the district to ensure that they are 100% correct and legal before making that phone call and making me choose as a mother between my child and her job. It is irrelevant to me because my immediate resignation made it clear to this official that I would never sacrifice the rights of as a parent for anything in the world. I wish to warn other parents that are employees of this district to be careful when defending your child. Your employee might demand loyalty to them instead of your child. My family and I would like to thank the school board for its tremendous outpouring of support. I do not believe that we would have seen any progress without your involvement. School and district officials have reached out to us over the last 2 weeks in order to open communication and show that they are supporting my son. My children are my top priority, and I will never stop advocating for them. I look forward to partnering with the board to advocate for the safety of all the children of the district. I hope that the district will someday find the courage to do whatever is needed in order to protect all students. Prior to the board's involvement, I do feel that the district was more concerned about keeping things hidden and responding to the bullies, kids and parents alike.
Thank you. The board members cannot speak upon any personnel issues at that time, so thank you for your presentation. Second speaker tonight, Kathy Matthews. Art classes for the 7th grade.
I
might not seem very important, but I sent an email 2 weeks back, because I had done, parent-teacher conferences, regarding the art for seventh graders. I was told by the elementary school art teacher that there is no program there is no art class for the seventh graders. I was shocked. I grew up, my parents were artists, I'm an artist, my husband is extremely talented, my kids are very talented, and I'm shocked. I was so excited for Natalie to come here and be in the art classes here because I've seen the work that the art teachers here do. And I just want to point out, I have received 3 separate messages from folks here at junior high. And I appreciate that. And they're trying to say, they're showing me that there's other art incorporated into the other programs in school like tech, and there's an art program for after school. But I wanted to point it out to the board so that they're aware that there's no 7th grade art teacher. And I get that there's time for trains and stuff, but I really hope not to find my daughter in a seventh walk or anything in 7th grade, because can't we find the budget to put in art teacher? There's a substitute art teacher in this district. She's fantastic. Maybe we can find, even if it's part-time, where she teaches an art class every other week. Something more than just an outside work. I just before, maybe to put into your, maybe collaborate, you guys are all smart, figure it out. That's it. That's all I want to say. I'm so disappointed that there's, just because it's not required, doesn't mean we shouldn't have it.
No, and
There are
that's,
a whole lot of taxes here.
Yep.
And it's very disappointing to find out that the daughter is not going to have an art class. She's got a lot of talent. She was one of 2 kids from Century Avenue that were at that art show, that huge art show. And I'm a little upset about it, but I do appreciate it. That I heard from one of the art teachers, the tech teacher, and one of the, I don't know, guidance.
Director of guidance.
Director
of school counselors, yeah.
Yeah, so I did hear that, and I like that they're trying to help me out here with it, but, I mean, maybe we could take into consideration finding money in the budget and put an art class. I mean, I know that it's not the treat, but we can juggle things. That's all I have to say.
thank you, Ms. Matthews. Just so you know, it's not about the money of this whatsoever at this point in time. It's about the flip-flopping of schedules to work them in. And you just said, just let me finish, please. Thank you. At this point of time, you brought some ideas, and people have been involved with those ideas. So they will discuss those ideas as we move forward. If there's anything that we could leverage in there to offer something, we would do it. Okay, so let's move forward with that. We'll look at that. I appreciate you coming out tonight. Thank you. But it's not about the money. And it's been about, this has been in the curriculum. Just let me finish, please. It's been in the curriculum the way it is, and this is the first time that we're being asked about this. So we hear you, and we'll move that forward. Okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, the next one. This is Ralph and Maffetone. Is that right, Ralph? Maffetone. Thank you. Available athletic issues.
We're our kids play softball for each property. And something happened today. I mean, I want to thank you guys for actually letting us closer to the field than we were instead of being in Guam, where they can't see it. But something happened today where there were 15 people standing in the box, and a couple siblings, one who goes to the school in junior high, wasn't allowed on the track to where we were with the parents to watch their sister pitch because there were 15 people in the box. What I understand, there's portable bleachers that are used for track, that's what people were talking about today. And why can't those bleachers be put up for softball? Why can't we, have some kind of bleacher or some kind of seating over by the field?
If you could go back on board meetings, we've had people make these suggestions. We had the athletic director. We were out on the field this winter. We went through everything that we possibly could do. We knew when the field was being built that track was a consideration, just like every other sport. And we wanted a track so we could run track meets, and that would run short on seating on the field. The bleacher you had mentioned, just so you know, can't be put on a turf field. It will tear it up. The bleachers that were estimated would cost us $40,000 to put on that field. The board made a decision to spend the money on students, not on equipment like that. Because just let me finish, please. We did put up the scoreboard that has the game shown so everybody could see it wider and bigger. But it's a constriction that we have at the field. And we've had this issue for 2 years now, and we've talked about it. There is no other way we can go other than what we have right now. No. Not those bleachers
So the
that we
ones
have.
we own right now also aren't to code, so that's why we can't use the bleachers we actually own, because there has to be certain handrails. We looked into this last year. We did look into buying them, and like Mr. Volpe said, it's about $52,000, and it's just, I'm not going to, and I'll speak for myself. My daughter also plays softball, so I know the feeling, and I stand in the box and everyone's yelling at me, so I understand it, and I get it 1,000,000%. I don't want to say it's a dead issue, but we've we went through every option, and we're trying to figure out the best thing. The new thing we did was the live streaming, so you could at least see from the bleachers. And again, when we were designing the field, it was bleachers or it was full track, like Mr. Volpe said. So we can that we have the full track, we can have track and field, which East Rockaway was never able to have. So again, my son played baseball, my daughter plays softball. I feel the same way you do. Out in the stands, it's tough to see, but we do now have the cameras in the box. For the moment, is what we can do with the budget we have and basically the situation we're in. It's not a dead issue, but we're trying to figure it out. Believe me.
I mean, 'cause a lot of people have elderly parents and stuff like that.
Oh.
You get up in the bleachers, you can't see it. They can't really stand in that box for, however long it is, 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever the games are, freezing weather, which we do most of the time. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you cheer because our games are great. We could actually be right by the field. But, all right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we have one more, Bobby.
I'm gonna echo what Ralph said. In my opinion, why can't you add more capacity to the box? Seems like a simple solution, maybe. There was 15 adults, like you said, 3 children, and that was it.
Have you presented that to the athletic director? So maybe this week you can, tomorrow, as early as tomorrow, present that to him, because I don't know what the code is as far as that goes. I can't talk to that, but, speak to the athletic director and maybe he could give you that answer, because I don't know that answer.
To my recollection, I don't think it was an amount of people. It was as far off the net for safety wise and everything. That's how they came up with the size of the box. But yeah, we should speak to the athletic director on that. Again, listen, I hear you. I hear you 100%. Yep. Yep.
I'm not such a big fan of sitting so far away. I put up with it, but this takes a look out. Do something fast, right?
Yep.
That's okay. That's right.
Well, why wouldn't that be?
Yes.
Because we only make informed decisions when it's brought to the board, okay, and it's worked its way up. Otherwise, we would be running gunshot here. We can't do that. So once that's done and it comes back up, we could certainly look at something like that. It wouldn't be a problem. We always do that all the time. That's how you can't, the board doesn't have that kind of authority to do that. I'm sorry?
Yeah, we hear you. Send an email to the athletic director and then we'll.
Yeah, let's
take
work it. Let's work the channels and let's work the process, Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, that's all we have tonight for public comments. Board member comments. Mr. McNally? Okay.
First, I'll be real quick. Timothy Motherway wow, I mean, he's pretty infectious, that personality. That video was awesome. Congratulations to Mrs. Kincaid. That was just a pleasure to watch. Mr. Healy, Mrs. Kelly, and Mr. Kennedy, congratulations to all three of you. All three of you so well deserved. It's been, for me, to get to know the three of you and see how passionate you all are about what you do and how you treat people. I think that's the most important thing for me, and how your kindness and how you treat people. So for all three of you, congratulations. And Mr. Volpes, well deserved.
Thanks, Pete.
Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I completely echo what Pete said. Congratulations to everyone. The hometown heroes, great job, Timmy, like you said, what a great kid. I also want to thank the community members coming out tonight and giving us, your feedback and telling us what your problems are. And like we said, we'll take it into account and we'll figure out what we can do. And Mr. Healy, we work a little bit more together than I do with the two of you, but I know you guys are excellent. I am extremely impressed with you and your work ethic and what you bring to this district. So great, great job to all you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kilgus.
Mr. Healy, Mrs. Kelly, and Mr. Kennedy, congratulations. And yes, Mr. Healy, thank you for everything that you do. Dom, thank you for all your guidance through the years. This was a well-deserved award. Congratulations to Timothy Motherway and Mrs. Kincaid. It's great to see people working together. And to the community members, we do hear you. We will revisit all our options again. I feel your frustration. And we're trying our best to come up with better solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rufo. I would just like to say that tonight was an example of when we set out to hire a new superintendent, we said it was so important in this district to hire people who believed in the same team concept, okay? And that was for the good of kids, putting kids first. And you heard overwhelmingly tonight for the people who got their tenure. Same thing, it was right there. So as a Board of Education, I'm really proud of my trustees as we sat and we went through a hiring process of a superintendent, that we had one that saw the vision and we knew would bring that vision alive in East Rockaway and keep that where people had their voice, that students were kept first. And that's what it was all about tonight's tenures. So I thank you all, okay? Because from the bottom of my heart, you're doing an outstanding job making sure that gets done. So thank you very much for that. And as far as the award that I'm being presented with, I've always believed that awards are so-so, they're out there and you sort of fill out papers and you go for them. But during COVID, it was a rough haul. And I really believe that this award is sort of like coming back to going through what we went through during COVID, to listen to everybody, all their concerns, and really make sure that we backed our community. And that was what this award is about. It's really not about me, though. It's about your fellow trustees, this Board of Education, and one person is going to receive that for them, and that will be me, but they're going to be there with me, side by side, to acknowledge that, because you don't do it alone. Nobody does it alone. The superintendent doesn't do it alone. He has his team of administrators. So I thank you all, and thank you, Ms. DiTomaso, for going through the pain of putting that application in. But we will celebrate, and it will be a celebration for East Rockaway, not for Don Volpe. So thank you all. Thank you. And at this point of time, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? And it is now 8:55. Motion by Mr. McNally, second.
Second.
By Mr. Kilgus. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved. Thank you very much. Get home safe.